Wellman is Michigan's new strength and conditioning coach. He's been here for 2 weeks, and he spends virtually all of his time at the hotel and here at Schembechler Hall. In fact, he says he doesn't think he's ventured that far off of State Street all by himself. He visited the big house the other day and got lost. With that said, his day starts at 3:30 in the morning, working out groups of 15 to 16 Wolverines at a time. What's your philosophy?
You know, that's always, whenever you ask about philosophy, it's a loaded question because that's a 5-hour answer. Okay, my philosophy is a couple things. Number one, you got to have a program based on accountability. It's got to promote discipline. It's got to promote mental and physical toughness. Okay, if you don't have those things, you're wasting your time. So that as a foundation. Okay, we want to build a program that's orthopedically sound. In other words, we don't want to cause injury in the weight room or provide exercise that promote injury in the fall when they get on the field. Okay, that's what I mean by orthopedically sound. Okay, but the program will evolve, and my philosophy is set on those principles. The program itself evolves as we evolve as a team. Right now with this, you know, and every team has different needs. This team right now needs to get stronger. We need to learn how to strain. We need to learn how to give to each other. We need to learn how to coach each other. So for these 5 weeks, and I feel like if you don't set that as a foundation, it's like starting on the second floor of a house without digging a hole. Okay, without that foundation, forget about the rest of the year. Unless these kids are mentally and physically tough, are disciplined, understand what we want, accountable to each other, and learn how to strain. It's hard to build on top of that. So you got to have that as a foundation.
It's interesting to hear you use the terms discipline, toughness, accountability. These are the same things that Brady Hoke has talked about. It's just applied in the weight room.
Yeah, well, I think that's why Coach Hoke, Coach Hoke and I have been together 8 years. And I think we started together because we both have those same beliefs. And that's, take all the skill you want, put it out there on the field. If you're not tough, you ain't winning. You got to have, there's a certain level of mental and physical toughness that you need to play this game. And it starts in here. And if you don't build that foundation here, it's not going to transfer to spring ball and through the field in the fall. So that's on us as coaches in here as we touch these kids first in here in January.
Well, obviously, you have been with them for a week or so now. How have they responded to you and your staff?
Well, I think they've responded well. I mean, we've had 3 workouts, okay? The beginning part of it, they don't really know what we want. We've got to do a good job of communicating that. But it's more than communicating, it's showing them, and we've got to bring energy as a staff. And I told our staff, when I hired these guys, I said, look, first couple of years, man, you got to lay down your life for these kids in this university because it's about these kids. It's not about us. So that's why, it's easy to work in 2 or 3 big groups a day. It's easy for us. That's not what's best for the kids. What's best for the kids is what we do, 6 groups a day, bring them in small groups so that we can get our hands on these guys and show them exactly what we want them to do, okay? If we don't know their strengths and weaknesses, if I bring 50 guys in here, I'm kind of watching over, I'm just making sure things are flowing. I'm not coaching kids. Small groups, coaching kids, we got to determine the strengths and weaknesses so we can touch every kid. That's to me is how we build this foundation and start developing this team as we start out here.
So do they seem excited about it?
I think most of them are. I think they enjoy. Guys who are here's who's going to love this program. Guys who are tough and competitive, they'll love it. Guys who aren't very tough and don't like to compete will hate it, because every time you come in the weight room run, you got to do that, or you're going to have a rough day. There are certain things we do. Every workout is going to have a part of it in there that's mentally challenging, and I think you came right at the end for that part. Okay, we do a lot of different exercises. We do a lot of traditional exercises. I think the way in which we do them, the discipline required for those is different than a lot of programs, okay? We're going to do things right. We're going to do things hard. We're going to coach each other. And when it's time to compete, we're going to compete. Now, you can't just – every workout can't be an hour and a half of long competitions, okay? Like I said, our number one goal right now is to get stronger. We do explosive lifts. We do heavy lifts. Some sets are taken to failure, okay? We do plyometric. We do everything. But in every program, okay, whether it's in season, out of season, the mental aspect has to be in there. We'll never have a workout where a guy doesn't have to mentally get ready and compete. That part's going to be in every workout. Even if it's one exercise, it's going to be in there.
So have you developed some favorites already, guys that you think, oh, this is going to work with him?
I think there's a bunch of guys who work hard. I think this team's hungry. I think they're hungry for it. And I would list my favorite. I don't know all the kids' names yet. I know about 80% of these kids. We started a week ago today. So there are some guys who stand out. Okay, a lot of our seniors are doing a good job, and a lot of underclassmen are doing a good job. But for me to point guys out, I'm going to forget guys. Okay, so I don't want to do that. But there are guys who right now are showing a lot of leadership, and some are young guys, but it's the guys who show up every day and get ready to go and compete. Those are the guys that will do well in this program.
Coach, best of luck.
Thank you.